Hello everybody, welcome to Shogi Ramen TV. いらっしゃいませ. Let's enjoy Shogi with me. Today, I want to share this game, Sente Kimura vs Gote Tobe. And Sente Kimura is famous as a defense specialist, and Gote Tobe is famous as an offense specialist. So we can enjoy the offense and the defense good game. Okay, then let's see from the first move. Sente Kimura, push rook pawn, and open bishop, and pushing central pawn. Gote Tobe is also famous as a Nakabisha player. So he plays Nakabisha. And Sente's countermeasure is Chosoku, this way. This is most popular way against the Nakabisha. And bring the second silver is also popular way against the Nakabisha. And exchanging this pawn in this timing is one of the popular way. For example, if the Gote didn't push this pawn, Sente will bring the silver. And from here, for example, jumping knight and jumping knight again. And this pawn is already difficult to defend. For example, if the bishop move, Sente can take this pawn. So the defending this pawn is one of the problem of the Nakabisha. So the exchanging this pawn is one of the way against this double silver. Take and take. And pushing pawn and move back the rook. And bring the silver. Moving the king and moving the gold. And moving the gold. This is one of the interesting option. And from here, moving the silver. So this is different from the Mino. And the different point is this position. Defending this position is one of the different point. So for example, creating the Mino is of course very popular way, but these two pieces cannot defend this position. And this position would be the attack point by the knight. So defending this position, 5-3 position, is sometimes very useful in this game. Then Tobe chose this way. Jumping knight and bring the silver. And pushing this pawn. This is one of the nice way. And if take by pawn, Sente can drop this pawn here. Take and take this pawn and bring the gold. This is also one of the popular situation, and this would be even. But against this pawn, take by the bishop is the aggressive way. And Tobe is of course aggressive player, and he played a good offense by using the bishop. And against this bishop move, Sente also can drop the pawn here, escape the knight, and Sente succeeded to create the pawn, promoted pawn. And this promoted pawn will work, move back or taking the lance, and Gote need to hurry up and pushing this pawn. This is one of the good attack, and head of the knight is always weak point. And moving the rook here is a typical defense way. And dropping the pawn is a interesting way to continue attack. If take by light silver, then the bishop can attack to the rook and also knight. If protected by rook, Gote can continue attack like this. So against this pawn, taking by the left silver is a nice way. But still, Gote will move the bishop here. This is very offensive way. And of course, rook can promote like this, but Gote can continue attack like this. But the Sente's Kimura is a very good defense player, so against this bishop, he chooses the rook here to protect this position later. So this rook is very defensive way. If the Gote protects this bishop, Sente can take this lance. This is not interesting for the Gote. So in this position, Gote Tobe start to attack by sacrifice of the bishop. Take and jumping knight. This looks nice attack, and escape the silver and take silver and take by silver. And Gote Tobe will continue attack by using the pawn and escape the silver and dropping the knight. This kind of the attack is very simple, but it's always difficult to defense. But Sente's Kimura is a specialist of the defense, and he chose this way, dropping the second bishop like this. This is one of the very interesting way. And this position is a critical position in this game. And of course, Gote try to attack from here. And against this silver, not taking this silver is an important way. And take the lance. And take silver. And take by bishop. And still, this position is very strong defense. So this is the reason, one of the reasons to drop the bishop here, not moving the bishop here. But of course, Gote can try to attack from here and dropping the knight to defend this position. So this position is the only way in the attacking now. Take the bishop and dropping the bishop to continue attack. This is nice attack to the rook and also attacking to the knight. And Kimura try to remove this knight. This knight is also critical piece to attack this position. But of course, Gote can remove this knight. And also Sente can remove this knight and take by silver. And from here, Kimura try to start attack by dropping the pawn. This is a tesuji. And if taken by gold, the rook cannot attack from this line. So taken by rook is a normal way. But Sente can drop the silver. This silver to poke the gold and the rook is a typical way. And Gote Tobe is a very aggressive player, so he never escaped his major piece in this position. Promoted pawn and take by bishop and exchanging the bishop and rook. And Gote Tobe try to continue attack by using the promoted bishop and dropping the lance. This is a nice defense way. A defense and also attack from this way in the future. And Gote Tobe never escaped his major pieces and dropping the pawn to continue attack. If the gold escaped like this, then he can sacrifice the bishop. Then Kimura took this bishop and promoted pawn. Gote's attack is very simple, but it's difficult to completely defend because Gote has enough pieces. And from here, Kimura escaped the king. This is one of the useful tesuji, early escape of the king This is very useful, sometimes very useful. And in this position, Tobe try to continue attack by using the bishop. This bishop looks very nice attack to gold, but if take this gold, this is not a tsumero, then the Kimura has a chance to attack now, and he try to attack by using the pawn. This is very nice attack way. So if the gote take this gold, this is nice attack, but this is not tsumero. For example, dropping the gold, Sente can escape like this. So from here, gote need to create a tsumero like this. So the Sente has a time, and from here, taking this pawn is very strong way. And taking this silver, if take by gold, dropping the knight, take, and dropping the rook, it's checkmated. So this is dropping the pawn is very strong attack in this position, and gote need to take this pawn, and Kimura try to attack by dropping the knight. This knight, dropping the knight is always very useful against the gote's castle, and of course gote can defend by dropping the gold like this, but the offensive player doesn't like this kind of the way, because he cannot attack later. So in this position, gote Tobe try to defend by using the pieces on the board. So in this position, moving the gold is one of the nice defense, but it's a bit weak defense, just attacking to the silver. And Kimura try to continue attack by dropping the bishop here, and dropping the knight, and jumping knight. This is very strong attack. Gote need to remove the knight, and take gold, take, and take bishop, and dropping the pawn. And Kimura try to remove this knight, jumping knight, escape the king. And let's see this position. This bishop is very strong for the attack and also for the defense. So moving this bishop is one of the important thing in this position. And Tobe try to attack to the bishop. So if I was playing this game, I want to try to continue attack like this kind of the way, not to escape the bishop. But Kimura is a specialist of the defense. Then he escaped the bishop. This is very defensive way, but Kimura has a confidence to completely defend. Remove the lance, and dropping the silver for the future defense, and also remove the knight. And this knight is an important piece for the attack. Then Tobe try to protect this knight, and also this silver can attack to the escape route of the king. And Kimura has a chance to continue attack, dropping the bishop. If take, this bishop can take gold, so Tobe cannot take this bishop, but he can continue attack by using the knight. This looks very strong attack. Then Kimura remove the knight, take, and dropping the gold. This is very strong defense. But Tobe didn't stop his attack by dropping the silver. Take, 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 and take by bishop. But Tobe can remove this bishop. From here, if I was playing this game, I want to think about the attack, but Kimura defend. by dropping the silver. This is the defend for the future dropping the knight to this position. But Tobe still try to continue attack by dropping the lance. But this attack is not so critical attack. Then the Kimura has a chance to attack, dropping the knight. So this position is the most weak point in the Gote's area. But Tobe didn't defend. He tried to continue attack and take by prompted bishop and dropping the bishop here to continue attack. This looks nice way to continue attack, but this is not a tsumero, so the Kimura has a chance to attack and take by king and dropping the rook. This is very nice way to surround the king, so that this king is very narrow, and of course Gote Tobe can defend like this kind of the way, but Tobe try to keep his pieces in hand, and he try to attack to the rook and also to be safe the king, but Kimura dropping the silver. This is called haragin, and this is very useful way to continue attack, and sometimes it's very difficult, and in this position it's also very critical move, and it's difficult to defend this position. For example, dropping the knight, a silver here is not a good defense because dropping knight is the easiest way to continue attack. So in this position, there is already no way to the defense for Gote. And then Tobe tried to attack to the king to capture. But king can escape, take, and take. And dropping the gold is very strong way. Escape the king, and dropping the knight here. Take, and dropping the silver, and escape the king, attacking to the king, take, and promoted bishop, and escape the king. So from here, only way is dropping the knight, but the promoted bishop can take. So in this position, finally Gote Tobe resigned, and Kimura won by his very good defense, and also his attack was very very smart. He break the Tobe's castle with the minimum attack way, but it was very critical. Okay, thank you for watching this video. See you next ramen. Bye bye.